Hello everyone, it's December 27th, 2010. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and Santa brought you everything you wanted. I guess now it's time to get your liver ready for New Year's Eve, which is coming up this weekend. Today on the Daily JG Live, I will be discussing NFL quarterbacks and playoff pitchers, and then finishing off with Blake Griffin and December NBA player rankings, number 11 through 15. Starting off, I want to talk about Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers bounced back after missing 2 weeks, a week and a half with a concussion, and a must-win situation for the Packers against the New York Giants. He put up 404 yards and 4 touchdowns. This just speaks volumes of Rodgers. I think he's really starting to move up to that top tier of NFL quarterbacks, top 3, top 5. And he's only going to get better. He's young. He's, like I said, he's got that gunslinger mentality, and I'm really starting to like Rodgers, and I think he might be, once we see Brady and Manning, kind of move on, grow older, I think Rodgers is going to establish himself as one of those players. On the season, he has 27 touchdown passes, and also 4 rushing touchdowns. What a lot of people don't see in Rodgers is he does have some mobility. He does have scrambling ability, always flashing the belt after his rushing touchdowns. And let's not forget he missed a game and a half too. So had he played in those games, he's probably looking at 30 touchdown passes at this point in the season. And because Rodgers is playing so good, I still like Green Bay as my team in the NFC. I think they're going to go out next week, take care of business against Chicago at home, enter the playoffs with a 10-6 record, and I really still like this team as a wild card team to make the Super Bowl through the NFC. I know they don't have a great running game. They really don't have a running game at all, but they have a defense full of playmakers. Matthews is probably going to be the defensive MVP. Rodgers is putting up MVP-like numbers on the offensive side. This Green Bay team, very scary. At the midway point when I redid my Super Bowl picks, I did take Green Bay from the NFC, and I'm going to stick with that. Mainly because Rodgers. I'm just slowly falling in love with this guy's game. He's awesome. So yeah, Green Bay, Rodgers, they're going to be my pick to play in the Super Bowl from the NFC. Whether you like it or not. Moving on, I want to talk about Tim Tebow. I cannot be happier for this guy. He does all the right things. I know people, say it's fake, kind of get irritated with him. But you cannot be anything but happy for Tebow and the way he's performing. He goes out yesterday and throws for 300 yards. And I know it's against the worst pass defense in the NFL, but it's still an NFL defense, and Tebow's proving that he does have what it takes, to be a successful NFL quarterback. And I hate, when you hear these guys on ESPN and stuff talk about Tebow, and their first thing is, oh, he'll never be a Tom Brady, or he'll never be a Peyton Manning. Well, there's not too many guys that will ever be that good. Tebow is a guy that has all the tools. He really does. He's shown that he can run successfully in the NFL, which I wasn't sure if he could. I didn't, think he was that fast. But again, yesterday he had the game-winning touchdown on the ground, and he showed some speed reversing field. But I think Tebow can be a guy that, takes care of the football, throws 15 to 20 touchdown passes a season, rushes, for 6 or 8 more, and really just is a game manager. And I think he has that ability, The way he's playing right now, I wouldn't be surprised if he is the starter next year. There's no saying who Denver's going to bring as the head coach. But the way Tebow is performing right now, I think you have to go with him. Orton was putting up pretty good numbers there for a while. But Tebow is a guy that the players love. You can already tell that the players on the Broncos love this guy. It's hard not to love him. His passion, his intensity, you could just see it on the sidelines after he scores his touchdowns, with all the guys congratulating him. The Denver Broncos, his teammates, love him. And I think Tebow's going to be successful in Denver. Moving on next, Tom Brady had another outstanding performance yesterday, throwing for 3 more touchdowns, and again, no interceptions. Weird, I know. Brady, he's the best player in the NFL. position by position, whatever position you want to talk about, Brady is the guy. He's unbelievable. You know, I had always been a Brady over Manning guy. Then for some reason at the beginning of the season, in mid-season, I kind of switched over to saying that Manning was better. But now I'm back on Brady full swing. He's going to go down. If they win the Super Bowl this year, he will go down as the greatest quarterback ever. Ever, yeah, that's right. So I don't want to hear this Tom Brady, Michael Vick MVP discussion anymore. I don't want to hear it. Vick is putting up sick numbers. He's having a great season to bounce back and come back from, you know, being in jail, being out of the game for so long, and to perform like he's performing on and off the field is awesome. And I'm happy for him, you know. I love watching Michael Vick play, but you're crazy to say he deserves the MVP over Brady. Brady now, has 31 touchdown passes and just 4 interceptions. I mean, this guy is unbelievable. And if he had the playmakers on offense that Michael Vick has, what do you think he'd be doing then? I mean, he's doing this not to take anything away from Whitehead and Welker and Ben Jarvis Green Ellis from Ole Miss. But anyways, he's doing it with these guys that are pretty much no-names, and he's making them look like superstars. Tom Brady will win the MVP this year, and he will lead New England to hit another Super Bowl, giving him 4 Super Bowl rings, making him the best quarterback to ever play the game of football. Moving on to another quarterback comparison I see people making because of tonight's Monday Night Football matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons is Brees versus Ryan. I see some people now saying, you know, Matt Ryan is better than Drew Brees. You know, Matt Ryan is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Again, I don't want to hear it. Drew Brees has a Super Bowl. Drew Brees has MVPs. I mean, Drew Brees is an outstanding football player. He has better numbers than Matt Ryan this year. And yeah, you know, the Saints aren't as good, I guess, as the Falcons. Although I do like the Saints to win tonight. It's just unfair to compare a guy like Brees to Ryan. Ryan is still young. Yes, has won a lot of games. He led him to the playoffs his rookie year. But Drew Brees has a Super Bowl. We live in a world today where we judge success in the NFL for quarterbacks off of Super Bowls. Brees has one. Matt Ryan really hasn't even come close to having one yet. Maybe this year, if he does go out, if the Falcons do somehow win the Super Bowl, then you might be able to make a comparison between the two. Actually, I still don't think that, you know. To me, Drew Brees is superior over Matt Ryan right now. You know, Brees has 31 touchdowns, has thrown for 4,000 yards this season, and he's kind of done it under the radar, you know. Not a lot of people are talking about the Saints, despite their 10-4 record. I mean, they could still finish 12-4. Get the wild card, obviously, because of the way Atlanta has been playing this season. Go 12-4. That's an awesome season, you know. 9 times out of 10 in the NFC South, that's going to get you, you know, your first round bye, and maybe a bye through the whole entire. Maybe home field through the entire playoffs, not a bye. Hell, I would love to have a bye the whole way through the playoffs. But anyways, right now, today, you cannot say that Matt Ryan is better than Drew Brees. Drew Brees has put up mega numbers. He has a Super Bowl. Ryan still hasn't shown that he has what it takes to lead his team to a Super Bowl. And like I said, if the Falcons do somehow get to the Super Bowl and they do win it this season, then yes, it will be fair to start comparing the two.